What's up, Kingdom? It's your Lord and Savior King D353 of an episode of Let's Play Pokemon Academy Life Forever. In the last episode, I think we went into the forest to find Yellow. And we found out that we found Deoxys, and Blue held off Deoxys and left for Nate to beat it. In today's episode, I don't know, we hang out with our friends or something? Let's see. Morning, guys. Wait, what's this? Morning. Morning. Sleep well? Alright, though I had a weird dream thought I had a weird dream though. Yes, I did too, I think. Got any coffee left? Sorry, just finished it. Okay, but I can see the pot is still like a third full. I just finished it. Why are you being difficult? Dude, she drinks it straight from the pot. I've ordered a carafe, but until then, I'd be careful about where you pour that. It's not my fault. I can't be trusted around the breakable things. Before I had my coffee, and the coffee mugs are all super breakable. Wait, no, I don't get it. I'm confused. He just said it still looked two-thirds full, so... Why is she saying... I'm confused. I think I'm missing something here. It's just safer. That's something I wish I don't know about you. Moving on. Yellow, what was Blue talking about last night? Actually, is he here? He went out to the battle hall. I'm not quite sure what he wanted to talk about last night. He was acting a bit strange ever since our picnic, actually. Does he remember too? Love the new hair, by the way. Oh, thank you. I think I lost my hat yesterday at some point. Want to go into the city to get a new one? No, thank you. My hat was woven by my Uncle Wilton. He makes them himself to protect himself from the sun while fishing, so he has lots of spares. I think I'll just ask him for another. Oh, that's the sweetest thing. I didn't know your hat had a story behind it. Yep, made from the straw grown right in Viridian Forest. Hey, so... don't you two have plans? Leaf and I? No, he's referring to me and Leaf, who's never gone on our fucking date. Nah, Dwayne and Lamina? What the fuck? That's a new one. But yeah, actually you're right. Thing is, though... the place I made reservations at, we totally missed that. And it'll take a while for me to get a new reservation, so... I get it. Mind if we take a rain check? Of course not. But if you keep putting this off, I'm gonna think you actually don't want to date me. Ha! What? No, I do. I definitely do. You know, just, things. I'm going. The fuck was that about? Heh, woman, am I right? Still a woman next to you. I'm sorry, could you elaborate on that statement? Exactly. Probably, but I choose not to. Wise choice. See you guys. Stay alive, Ethan. Hi, Janine. What's up with the uniform on the weekend? Meeting a pretty important guest. Should be here in a couple hours. What about you? Anything I can do for you? Do you ever do anything for me? I was looking for Blue. Guess he's not here, though? Yeah, not here. Came in a bit earlier, but left when he saw I was here. That's weird. Normally he likes an audience when he battles. Yeah, who knows? Maybe he's practicing a new technique. Maybe. Guess I'll catch up with him tonight. Good luck. Alright, time for some bonds. I can bond with Raihan, I can bond with Bay. I can bond with Skyla, I can bond with Sabrina, I can bond with Whitney. I think I'll do Sabrina Whitney Skyla. You're walking across campus when you suddenly get a strange feeling, somewhat like static in the back of your mind. Oh man, am I about to have a stroke? I'm way too young for that. It's not a stroke. Sabrina? You're... I wished to... I thought that... Never mind. This was a foolish idea. I should not have reached out. Are you sure? You wait for a bit, but hear no response. Alright. You carry on doing your best to avoid thinking about Sabrina in case that you made her mind louder. I don't know exactly if this will work, but hopefully she appreciates it. I do. Why did my head shake? Did she just give you a headache? Sabrina, you're giving me some mixed messages here. If you want me to stay away, I will. If you want me to reach out, I'll do that even more happily. But I'm gonna need you to pick a lane. I mean, you can see how it's a bit unfair to tell me to stay away, then pop into my head whenever you want to say something. Like, I get you can't help but read my thoughts, but these long-range connections are a voluntary thing, right? This is not a long-range connection. Oh? But that must mean... You see a flash of steel blue hair around the corner of the Academy building. Oh, hey. Were you fucking stalking me? Hello. You look good. I cannot begin to describe how tiresome and overplayed such a compliment is to me. Well, I'm sorry that you're hot. Great. That's fantastic. Love it. I wish to talk to you. We're talking? So we are. So, what's my current status? You made that request that I stay away. Command. You're not Janine. It doesn't really feel like a command coming from you. Anyway, you made that request. Is it still valid? Is that what you want? Because if so, you're doing a pretty bad job making believe it. Like, it would be super easy to get me to drop everything. Just say stay away again, right now. Right. I'm not hearing anything. Moving on, then. Wait. I don't want to have to make a decision. Not right now. Please, give me some time, more time to understand how I feel. Alright. Well, how do you feel? I mean, what happened with those 2 ace trainers and all? A symptom of a larger threat. They were merely the hand that acted on society's behalf. What? It's not the first time I've heard of thoughts about people who might seek to use me. Why did you blush when saying that? Do you have a permanent blush, or is something about this making you giddy? I paid them no heed. Surely their cruel thoughts are just idle fantasy, as so many others had been. Perhaps if I had read their thoughts more deeply, I would have seen the full extent of their malice. Perhaps I should have embraced my nature as a witch much sooner. Well, you certainly got back at them. What I did was petty and underhanded. It is beneath me. I should have... Oh, I cannot deny it was satisfying in the moment, but momentary pleasures of others have plagued my mind for too long. I seek not to stoop to your level. Don't be so hard on yourself. Perhaps it is a remnant of my upbringing. In the Esper village where I was born, we were taught to be caretakers for the rest of the humanity. Caretakers? What, like euphemics or sheep? And you're the shepherds? Quite like that, actually. Of course, these infantile philosophies that propped up as saviors and guards of the common man are nothing I subscribe to anymore. Though, besides the arrogance it might instill in its adherents, it was a non-harmful belief. Its core tenet was that we must never use our blessings against euphemics. So, how did that work with your, inability to turn it off? About as well as you'd imagine. Is it wrong of me to ask what your relationship with your parents is like? I do not know them. What? I was deposited on the doorstep of an orphanage in Saffron City. My powers were discovered when a spoon I carelessly tossed bent. I do not remember my time at the orphanage. Emissaries from the Esper village on Mount Silver claimed me and brought me back. I lived in that village until I was removed. Removed? I would leave the village and stay in Johto once in a while to try and acclimatize myself to the people around me. During these trips, I found myself some friends of a fouler bent. The Esper village turned me into a restrained and taught me restraint to conceal. My new friends allowed me to use my powers as I wanted. They encouraged me to see it as a tool, not a burden. We were free of society's restraints and rules. I found myself gravitating towards those who were shunned by society, as misfits and outcasts, criminals even. They saw me as a good luck charm, or a mascot of the company. Perhaps they knew of my powers, but did not fear them. They sought to use them as I did. But then, one day, we received orders to march on Saffron City, the place of my birth. I'd assumed I did not wish to leave Johto. I did not wish to permanently leave the village. I refused. None of my friends came back. Perhaps that is why I did not go with them, but I have not the strength to tell them to stay. We were not a group that allowed ourselves to be told anything. The village elder received the letter. The day after my 18th birthday, he informed me to its contents. I had been found out. One of my friends from the city had dropped my name. The Kanto and Johto police force were now aware of my powerful, unregistered Esper who was working alongside a group that had attempted something dreadful in Saffron. It was only the delicate political situation regarding jurisdiction over Mount Silver that prevented the authorities from marching up the mountain to claim me. The elder then knew what I had done, how I'd used my powers. He knew that I was not a victim of my telepathy, but that I reveled in the power it gave me over others. Is that true? Did you really feel that way? I find much comfort in your inability to pluck the answer from my mind, as I would certainly have done to you. I fled. I fled instantly, giving no thought to my village nor to home I might have had in Saffron. I ended up as far away from the Indigo League as I could. I ended up in Kokuban, and I continued as I had, sneaking, stealing, cheating, and scamming, until Inspector Will. My village had taught me that my powers were a burden, that they were the instrument of ascendancy for the lesser people around me. My friends from the city taught me that my powers were a weapon. They enabled me to take what I wanted, from whoever I wanted, even from their minds. But Instructor Will used this to entertain. When I felt the psychic home of Never Esper at that blackjack table, I was certain I'd been found out, and I would finally get to prison. Perhaps that's where I could finally be at home. Well, now it seems that you've had quite the lucky streak, miss. How about a drink? On the house, of course. Oh, but I'll need some ID. Just routine, of course. I can't imagine what skincare routine you use to keep yourself looking so young and fresh. But I am jealous. It was a ridiculous show, but he got me out of that room without any of the other angry patrons ever guessing. I retained my freedom for one more day. I returned to my apartment baffled by his generosity. I'd heard some of my friends had a hideout somewhere in Innsbruck City. I was on my way to find them when Instructor Will tracked me down. A hideout in Innsbruck? Why is this ringing a bell? Ah! Fair enough. You said Instructor Will tracked you down? I am unaccustomed to people able to get the drop on me. A strange man at night who I did not hear coming. I'm sure you can imagine my fear. I had nothing to fear. He asked me if I had a place to stay for the night. I responded I did. He then gave me another phone, a number to call if I ever wanted more out of life. The next day I called. And the day after I had a job at this casino. It turns out they will hire espers pretty much on site. I wasn't even told enough to gamble there, but I was old enough to work. So they taught me how to shuffle a deck of cards and, well, that was that. It was a fun job, though. I hesitate to call listening to the chorus raucous crowds of cries of financial despair fun. It was fun. It was fun, though. It was a fun job, though. I hesitate to call listening to a chorus of rhapsodious crows and cries from despair fun, but it was fun. I suppose I've no room to judge. My avarice was comparable, and mine was no more greater reason than that. I didn't want to feel constrained. You quit the job, though. I did, when I left the school after. Well, you know. I did it on the spur of the moment, but Instructor Will doesn't work there anymore, and I must confess I find it a lot less fun when I'm not beside him. I think I will remain gone, though. I'm certain they'd hire me back. I should look out for something else. Maybe a new job. I have enough from my previous work and other decorations to play my way through the first Steam semester of Kokomon, but I still need a job to pay through the second. Need help with on the job hunt? It's actually quite easy to find a job with some of my skills. Must be nice, aside from all the parts that aren't, I mean. Yes. I've now revealed myself to you. Perverted man. That was entirely on you. My mind was chaste and dry as a monk's wine cellar before you said that. Enough of that. I revealed the truth of myself. If it were you who had exposed my secrets instead of the other way around, this is what you would know. I have no right now to ask you to keep the secret, but as Prentice, I place my faith in your hands. What? Sabrina, what are you saying? I am saying that the guilt I have felt for the part I played in the events of the 1st of May have torn me apart ever since. I can no longer bear to carry that guilt without giving you something. Sorry, y'all. I'm falling asleep on myself. I thought I had the energy to record this episode. And I do. I am going to finish this. I just didn't expect to start falling asleep on myself mid-thing. Without giving something to pierce me with just as deeply as I pierced you. Okay, now you're doing it on purpose. Can I not use the theatrical language without everything I say being interpreted in your horniest possible context? If it's any consolation, I'll give all my friends a hard time about that kind of boneheaded word choice. friends? Yeah, you took too long to decide where we are, so I figured I'd go ahead and pull the trigger on that. I mean, come on, both of us were dragged in front of the entire school and had everyone say that we got crazy mind powers. We're power buddies, you know? Power buddies. A ridiculous notion. Our powers can only serve to divide. I think that's a self-fulfilling prophecy. But you're the one who can see the future, so what do I know? You do know more than you let on. It's just foolish of me to continually underestimate you. Every time we talk. Oh, fuck, where was I? I'm caught off guard by your flashes of insight, seemingly without thinking about them. What is this in service of? Come on, you don't need to be a mind reader to know that. It's the only thing I've ever wanted besides to be Pokemon champion. I want to be your friend, Sabrina. For real. Alright, friends. We are friends then. For all the misery it will bring us. I don't know what it will bring me, admittedly. The student council business wasn't the best first showing, but I'm willing to try again. Sabrina, if there's anything else that's incredibly disturbing story, you just... Sabrina, if there's one thing that's incredibly distressing story you just told me concealed me of, in addition to the student council stuff, it's this. The worst thing that could happen to you has already happened. It can only go uphill from here. Very well. Is it alright then if I contact you in the future? Do you mind? Or think of it, or you think of me, I will know. Kinda scary to hear that, but sure. She has a psychic link with me. Okay. Thank you, my friend. Carbink, Mawile, and Scraggy. Okay. We got more people showing up. Grusha's now available. So I can do Grusha, Skyla, Whitney. Let's donate our current money. So then I figured that there probably wasn't a shiny Eevee out there after all. Which, you know, major bummer, but I always knew it was just a long shot. I decided to just kind of give up on that and go to orientation. Right, and that's when Roxanne used Boom Burst on the megaphone and landed a critical hit in the entire student body. Yeah, Flan got super mad at that. I thought she was gonna pull her Pokeballs out and throw down with Roxanne right there. Luckily, I was there to be the big squishy pillow between her rage and the outside world. You know, if you really think about it, I'm a hero. You're even more of one than you're even more of one when I don't think about it. You know just what to say to get on my good side. Oh, that seems like a pretty safe side to be on. What do you mean? Well, some of these stories you've told me, putting it delicately, it's clear no one would want you as an enemy. Oh. I mean, I don't want to hurt anyone. Oh my god, you dated Caffrey right after Carrie? Hey, it was a revenge day. She cheated on me with a boy, and Cisco doesn't apply there. That's more than a violation of Cisco, Whitney. You dated Carrie's literal sister. For revenge, though! That doesn't make it better. Come to think of it, I think there might have been a couple of weeks where I was dating both of them. Oh my god! Did I mention they were twins? Oh my god! Carrie might see it another way. I don't know. I mean, she hurt me too, and she started even. Sure. But did you feel better for seducing her sister, or did you just feel even? I didn't seduce her. We started chatting and one thing led to another, so... Whitney? You said you felt awful about how you treated some of the people in your life. Was that true? What? Of course! You don't want to feel awful anymore, right? Of course not. Then you gotta make a choice. Okay? What choice? Either you reach out to the people you hurt, and the people leaving scars in your heart, and apologize, or the other one. Don't you want to hear the other option? I can't do the first one. I just can't. Absolutely not. So the other option's the other one. The issue of that is that the rest of this speech was kind of practiced on your acceptance that rebuilding those bridges was the only option. Oh. So you choose depression. Have fun with that. You don't know me very well, do you? I keep wanting to have more faith in you, and you remind me that I shouldn't. I'm working on it. Okay, I'm too curious. What's the second option? You resolve to move on without letting your past negative experiences affect how you act now. I thought it'd be something hard. I could totally do that. Yeah, you're a bad person. You think about it for a moment, I can almost guarantee that you'll reconsider that. Sorry, I'm not seeing it. Like, not at all. Well, I did say almost. Whitney, that means you can't be scared of losing people. That means you have to engage with friends, girlfriends, everyone as people. People capable of making their own choices. You'll need to be okay with them leaving you. You'll need to be okay with them not loving you. You'll need to be okay with them hating you, including the people in your past. If you can't make the past right, then you need to be ready to accept the future, and you can't control that. See? That's way harder. So making up for everyone in your past is... No, genuinely, I'm fine with it. I can only just forget all that stuff in the past. I very much doubt that. Shows what you know. The past is dead to me. I don't give a hoot about anything that happened before the exact moment. In fact, I don't even remember it. When he's moving on, girl, and I... Shauna! You look less cute in this art style. I still love you, though. Miss Whitney? 1/3 of a second has passed. You make eye contact with this new person and open your mouth to say hi. 2/3 of a second has passed. In order to greet the new person, you raise up your arm and Whitney can now see past you to the woman behind you. Her eyes dilate with terror. What did you do to my wife, you bitch? 1 full second has passed. Your mouth has just formed the shape required to exhale the H. In hey there, Whitney screams silently. It takes only 1 further second for Whitney to cross the breadth of the baseball field, traveling the 148 feet to dugout before sliding in on her stomach. This puts her speed at approximately 101 miles per hour, or 162 kilometers per hour. Such a feat of speed would surely have broken every world record known to man, woman, and most Pokemon, had it been recorded. Unfortunately, no one present noticed, and this incredible feat will likely be attributed to comedic exaggeration forevermore. Hey there. I don't think we've met? Bonjour! Hello, hello! You're Dwayne, right? I remember from the battle team. I'm Shauna. Sorry, did I just hear Whitney here? Yeah, she just left. Oh. What's your connection? Please don't say, she's my ex. Nope, I'm her girlfriend. That's worse! Whitney, if you hurt Shauna, I'm going to kill you! Damn it, Whitney. Well, maybe more of an ex-girlfriend? We haven't talked in a while. But we never actually broke up, so I guess I'm just trying to see where we stand and maybe figure out what happened. I've got some memories I can't really figure out, so I'd like to clear them out with her. You poor girl. If you see her again, would you mind telling her that Shauna's looking for her? Of course, not a problem. I'll definitely say that. And probably a lot more. Thanks. She can usually find me in the Pokemon Groomers Club, or taking Instructor O'Neary's normal type elective class. I'll, let her know. Alrighty, bye! Whitney, you bitch, get over here! Okay, so I know that sounds bad. Whitney, I'm not going to lie, it's pretty bad. You need to... Did you just tie your shirt up? She did, what the fuck? It's a defense mechanism. I try to make myself look cuter before I get in trouble. I guess it didn't work? It did, but I absolutely could not let her know that. Come on, get out the dugout, you're being ridiculous. What happened? Have you ever met someone that you thought made you perfect? Like, you know there's parts of yourself you don't like, then you meet someone that doesn't make them go away, doesn't make you forget about them, but they seem like they're really going to try and help you with them. And in the meantime, they don't care about your bumps or that you're rough around the edges. I know more or less what you're talking about. Shauna was that for me. And that's all she wanted to be. What do you mean? I wasn't happy when I met her. There were parts of myself I needed to work on, like, I was really sensitive about my parents being farmers. And when people made fun of me for that, I kind of, destroy them. Those gossipers, I mean, not my parents. Which, for the record, I realized was really bad and wrong of me. Like, I'm not proud of that at all. Yeah, that, sounds like a bad habit. Shauna helped me become a better version of myself. And for that heinous crime, you ghosted her. When did you even meet? I know it can't have been at Kokobon. Was it in Goldenrod? Summer break 2003 when I went to Kalos. That's when I got really into fairy types. We dated for 3 months over the summer, but another 3 online. You know, video call dates. But she stopped calling eventually. She stopped calling? Hey, why do you assume I'm the one that stopped calling because you're a bitch? What you told me about your past relationships kind of leads me that direction. Well, that's not true. Mostly. We might have stopped calling around the same time. Just kind of drifted out of contact. For no reason? You just stopped calling each other? I'm not sure I can believe that. Look, she became really controlling, okay? She helped me fix a part of myself I didn't like, but she didn't want to stop there. She wanted to fix part of me I was happy with, I was okay with. Like, she said that I shouldn't go into nursing. She had to be better a gym leader than a nurse. Can you imagine? Me, a gym leader? That would never work! If I'm not feeling lazy, I will have edited in a picture of Whitney as the gym leader here. Honestly, given what Flans told me about being a gym leader, I'm pretty sure I'd cry every time I lost. Yes! As someone from another world, I can confirm that you do in fact do that. I guess. Maybe it's a bit on her then. But I haven't gotten her side of the story, and your side of the story isn't putting you in the best light. I'm telling the truth. I believe you. I believed you from the very beginning, when you said you felt bad about how some of your past relationships worked out. And after learning that one of your exes is actually here at Pokemon, Come on, Whitney, think about this. This is the perfect opportunity to patch up one of your regrets, and... No. You don't know what Shauna was like, or what I was like. There are some things you can't just patch up, okay? The only thing I can do is move on. Whitney, move on. You go to the same classes. You aren't going to be able to move on. Fine, you're right. I don't know what happened. I'll probably never know. I don't want to push so hard I push you away. But if you're going to move on, that means you really need to move on. That means you need to actually break up with Shauna. And I don't know, maybe try dating someone you aren't keeping near to you for project reasons. If every time we hang out you're just gonna lecture me about being a better person, I'm not sure we should hang out. Okay, bye. Whitney, how many relationships have you had that survived a minor argument? All of them. Most of them. Some of them. Name one. Really? Okay, I'll admit. I appreciate you gave me a low bar, but I can totally do one, Flannery and only Flannery. Yeah, I realize now. Flannery, duh. I guess you weren't really there for that, but we did kind of have an argument after elections. Well, it was also an argument and more of me asking Flannery to come back after... I tried for multiple days to get her to forgive me. Why'd I do that? Because you, like 99% of the world's population, feel bad when someone you care about doesn't care about you. Sure, but like, I've had girlfriends break up with me before, and I never tried to get them back. In fact, I generally prefer to never think about them again. But said in a way that doesn't make me sound like a clinically heartless. You are clinically heartless. I'm not sure that's the way to do that, but I get what you mean. You'd rather move on than handle whatever you left behind. You'd rather get something new than reclaim what you lost. You said you didn't like losing, and what you liked losing least is a friend. Some people would try to get back lost friends, but you... I guess you just cry and move on. I guess. Except this time I didn't. I guess that's the difference between dating someone and actually being friends with someone. I should have tried being friends with some of my girlfriends before. Maybe some of them would have worked out. God, you really are just a female fuckboy. A slut? Yeah, I think the equivalent to a fuckboy is just a slut. You really are a slut. I'm horrified that this is apparently a realization for you. Look, if you go into a relationship looking for something, a partner, self-betterment, a project, or even just a nighttime company, it won't work out unless you broaden your aim quickly. Being in a relationship with a person means you want that person. Not just a part of them, not just what they can do for you, not even what you can do for them. Just them. Like, I don't know. Imagine all you were interested in when it came to Flannery was her fanfic writing. I'm not. It's a hypothetical. If that were the case, though, would you still be friends with her when you got what you wanted? Yes, because she's an awesome, patient, pretty, kind, and hilarious. You're not good at hypotheticals. Okay, maybe I'm making a different point than I thought I was. Does Flannery know how you feel? All I feel is that she's a good friend, a good, straight friend. Look, I think you should talk with Shauna, but I'm curious to see where the story from both sides, so either way, I'm gonna go have a chat with her. What? Come on, you're the school's #1 gossip monger. You know what it feels like to want to know what people's past, right? I guess. Just don't talk about me. I can't talk to her, and if you make her want to talk to me, that'll just make things more awkward. It's pretty clear she already wants to talk to you. Fine, I'll try to avoid the topic of our connection. Alright. Hey, question. Summer break 2003 was the summer before you joined Pokemon. Have you dated anyone since then? What? Wait, no, stop asking questions like that. I'm not a monster. I definitely break up with Shauna officially before dating anyone new. Bullshit. Maybe by text. Right. I'm sorry. I think that's what I need to call it. I'm gonna go talk to your ex, Whitney. I'm sorry, but being brutally honest here, there are some things you need to work out. Moving on isn't going to fix everything. I'm here to help you if I can, but I'm not going to turn you into a project to fix you. I can give you tips and directions, but you're gonna need to put that in the legwork. Okay? Thanks. You can thank me by not dating anyone new until I've had half a second to wrap my head around your past relationships. You can also thank me by paying me. How much does a relationship counselor earn per session again? If I was paying you, I'd expect you to be a lot nicer. Tough love doesn't work on me, you know. I'm very sensitive. Yeah, like an exposed nerve. Hey, you don't run away from me with a line like that. You come back here and... You quickly scound from the from the baseball field before Whitney gets any creative ideas about what she could do with her baseball bats. Okay, so where's Whitney? Okay, so our options are Skyla, Raihan, and Bay. I'm curious. I know there's also Grusha, right? Skyla, Bay, Raihan. I thought Grusha was bouncing. Apparently not. Okay. Okay, should I go for Skyla, Bay, or Raihan? None of them especially help my team. I think Bay does fire as her secondary type. I'm just gonna do Skyla, I haven't interacted with her much. Whoa, Dwayne, is that you? Huh? Oh yeah, I was just doing some shopping. What's up? Adventure's up! I'm hot on the trail of a couple of criminals. Criminals? Yeah! And these are definitely criminals, right? Because you thought a meteor was an alien invader. Hey, I still maintain that meteor is not an alien invader. Right. Well, if you're trying to stop an actual criminal, shouldn't we leave that to the cops? Cops are useless. If anyone's gonna step up and be a hero, it'll be us. Okay, just so you know what we're walking into here, these criminals are a pair of skinheads. They look real mean too. And you know they're criminals because... Well, I mean, wait. Before you continue, which of my Pokemon need level ups? Pikachu can level up. And that's it. Everyone else is at max level, so Pikachu should lead the team. It just becomes an actual battle. Well, I mean... They're bald! And they were skulking! Skulking? Yeah, they were kind of walking side by side. And, looking shifty. Skyla, I think you might be on the trail of a couple of beings. No way! I know a human being when I see one. Alright, well, why don't you lead me to these criminals, and we'll see what mysterious deeds they're up to. Gladly. They just went down that alleyway. Wait, the alleyway? Skyla, stop! Look, Dwayne, this is it. I was right. This must be their evil hideout. Or their house. Hey, Dwayne. You know these rogues, Dwayne? Not personally. Well, halt, evildoers! Your Machiavellian schemes end today! Oh boy. Okay, Skylar, these guys might not be the most morally white, but the worst thing they'll do is steal someone's hat. Yeah, I did do that once. Yeah, me too. See? They admit to their heinous crimes. Skylar, you're massively outnumbered, There's a couple dozen guys at backup, just 20 feet away in the shack, and your boss is a skilled trainer. But let's ignore all that and just play this out. Let's say you did manage to beat these two in a Pokemon battle. Which, let's be honest, isn't hard. Oi! Yeah, we're tough as nails! So you've beaten them now. We can assume that your Pokemon will let you make them go wherever you want them to bring them. What will you do with them? Tie them up in a smidgen on the right... Tie them up a smidgen on the tight side, then leave them for the cops? Didn't you say the police were useless earlier? Well, whatever. How are you going to tie them up? A smidgen tightly or not? Do you have any rope? And how will you let the police know that they're here? Because if you don't, they'll go free. Further, are you going to leave an explanation of why you beat up and tied up these trainers? Do you have any evidence of their crimes? Without those, the cops start looking for you, and they go free. That's not even mentioning the vigilantism is illegal. So, beating and tying up a criminal, even if they totally did something wrong, is probably going to let them go free. Put simply, they go free. So, can we go free? Skyla? Yeah, I guess. Dang it. Alright, let's get out of this alleyway and maybe you can tell me what this was all about, alright? Yeah, alright. You spend several minutes walking together in silence until you make your way to a different part of the city, and Skyla's mood seems to improve. So, what was up with that, huh? I want to be a hero. I always have. Straight into the point. I like that you know what you're about. So, like, a firefighter? No, like, a real hero. A superhero. A superhero. That seems a bit out of reach. Does it really? I mean, yeah, doesn't it? Where would you get superpowers from? You got superpowers yourself, you know. Jeez, friend isn't a superpower, you know. Arguable. Okay, maybe it is a little bit, but it's not really. Anyway, since I wasn't born with superpowers, I know exactly where I can get mine from. My Pokemon. Pokemon can fly, turn invisible, read minds, be super strong, be super fast. Superheroes already exist all around us. We're just called Pokemon. Sabrina can read their minds, bake and punch through a brick. You can make friends with anyone. There's gotta be a way, right? I guess? Maybe? Besides, you don't need powers to be a superhero. You just need money. Well, I guess that's the problem. I don't know what you need to be a superhero. I thought that if I stopped two criminals from, I don't know, doing what they're doing, that maybe I'd be making some progress there. Tell me more. Where does desire come from? Dude, I'm just a psychologist. I'm just everyone's psychologist. That's what my character is. Except for Blue. Because I never actually talked to Blue about his problems. I just talked down to him. Well, when you were... Oh, and Jasmine. Because I never actually pushed back against her bad habits. When you were up on that stage, or when Sabrina was being harassed by those two punks, I wanted to help. I wanted so desperately to help, but I had no idea what to do. I've always wanted to be a hero. That was my chance, and I blew it. Heroes are it, you know? They're the best thing there is. The best kind of person. Think about our other titles. There could be bad presidents, bad cops, even bad champions. But there's no such thing as a bad hero. Okay, so I'm going to show you a show called The Boys. It's a tad juvenile in the comic form and extremely left-leaning in the show form, but it'll show you what a bad hero looks like. I guess that's true. I want to help people, Dwayne. Really help them. And I want to punish those who hurt others. You're already the one point of contact to an extremely isolated town back in Unova. and you're still doing flights for them, right? Yeah, not as often as I used to, but my family's taken over most of my flights while I'm in Kokobon. I can't help but feel like you're already helping people, like, a lot. Doesn't that mean you're already a hero? I thought so, at first. Like, right after I got my pilot's license for a few years, I really thought that was all I needed. But I've been doing that for a few years, and I'm kind of over it. If I'm gonna be a hero, a real hero, I'm going to do more than just transport food and medicine to people. So you've settled on stopping criminals. Yeah, when I graduate, I want to become a Pokemon Ranger. Like the TV show? What? No, like the job! There's this one super famous and super cool ranger in Fiore. Well, actually, she's from Alma, but she lives in Fiore now, called Alita. She's famous for this awesome Skarmory she flew around with. And everyone calls her Steel Samurai of the Sky. Everyone? Well, the producers of Pokemon Rangers call her that. The producers of the job? What? No, the show! Oh, wait, you were messing with me, weren't you? Maybe a little. Jerk, be serious! I'm pouring my hopes and dreams out to you here. I mean, being a ranger is a great goal, and I support that for you, seriously, but running in the middle of the city and looking for a fight, that seems dangerous. And I can't see how that'll make you any more heroic, honestly. But if you want to be a hero, I think the best chance you have is to help people keep on doing that, and you'll be doing well. No one's going to think you're any less than a good person if you do the same things every day. Yeah, but would you watch a cartoon where the hero does the exact same thing in every episode? I don't really watch a lot of TV, but I guess it does sound boring. I don't want to be a fixture, Dwayne. I want people to cheer when they see me, not just think, oh, here comes Skylar with the food again. Then are you really doing it for other people, or are you doing it for yourself? It took me really long to say that, because she was making it clear she was doing it selfishly for a while now. If I want to do good things for the wrong reasons, is that so bad? Yes. I genuinely have no idea. I might need to ask the professor on that one. It's a bit too philosophical for me to figure out. Well, alright then, let's do that. Huh? Do what? You just as we talk to a professor. Goof. Even if they can't answer whether selfish good is still good, maybe they can think of ways I can be a hero. That are less likely to end up with me unconscious in an alleyway. I should probably thank you for what you did, by the way. I wasn't really thinking, and if I'd gone into that alleyway alone to face down all those thugs by myself, well, I don't know what would have happened. Oh, nothing too bad, I'm sure. They're not really scary, just kind of lost and bored. Besides, their boss is a good person. Oh yeah, that reminds me. How do you know so much about these people? How do you know whoever their boss is? Were you secretly part of their evil team, but then you broke away, blowing up their base as you left, but not before stealing a powerful piece of forbidden technology? Yes, we get it. You've played Pokemon Coliseum. Wait. No, not Coliseum. What? Sorry, I'm trying to remember Pokemon names. No, Coliseum was the stadium game. XD Gale of Darkness was the sequel. What was the prequel? I don't remember the prequel's name. Yes, that's it exactly. Nailed it. Yes! Knew it! Wait, you, sorry, I should have made it clear. I was joking. Yeah, that's not actually the case. Aw, but that was fun! Sorry to disappoint, one of the thugs stole a hat of a friend of mine, and I ran after him, chased them to their hideout, and then met their boss. Oh, but when I do it, suddenly you're all vigilantes and bad. And this, with great power comes great responsibility, that! I can guarantee I never said that second one. Well, I remember you saying that. Well, you will at least promise me that you won't try to battle an entire gang before we have time to figure out alternative, safer ways of handling your hero complex. Personally, I'd think being part of the disciplinary committee would be enough, but if not, then... God, fine. But you're being such a total buzzkill. That's the price I have to pay to keep you safe, and that's what I'll do. Hey, it just occurred to me. Every superhero needs a sidekick, right? No. With the greatest amount of respect, I will not be your sidekick. Aww. Maybe later. How about for now I be your wingman? Alright, I'll take it. Then that can even be your code name. Wingman. Oh great, I can power up all the flying and bug types on my team. Wait. Why is bug her secondary type? Later, back in your dorm, you find a letter posted on your door. Thanks for handling that. She tried to vanquish my guys a couple of times. I'm getting fucking goddamn really annoying. Keep her out of my hair and you'll be rewarded. S. Your understanding of silver increased. Pikachu's coughing up. Ducklet, Nincada, and Cramorant. I do actually have a Cramorant, but I'm not gonna use it. Despite keeping an eye out for Blue all day, you still haven't seen him at all. Perhaps that's for the best. Weird? I wonder where... Huh? Alright, Dwayne, I got some questions, you're gonna answer them. Hi, Blue. Good to see you too. I haven't seen you all day. Yeah, hi. Whatever. Questions. Sure, I'll answer what I can. Is there more questions about Pikachu? I'll tell you everything I know about how he works. It's not that. I want to know what happened on Saturday. I laid out a nice shirt for the picnic Saturday morning. I know I did. But I ended up going out with yellow in this old jacket. What's more, my ribs hurt like hell. And my pedometer said I took way more steps than I thought I had. Finally, my knuckles are bruised. Not like something hit them, but like I hit something. What's that about? Your eyes flit back and forth as you search for an easy explanation. You know, I could think of a couple explanations that are almost theoretically possible, so, you cannot lie, but you also cannot tell the truth. A certain familiar fog starts to creep towards you once again, and your throat tightens. You cannot speak. Hey! Don't go silent on me now! It was just a damn question. If you answer about freezing, just forget it. Without a breath you didn't realize you were holding. I'm sorry. Whatever, I thought maybe you knew what this crystal shard I had was, but if you can't handle a damn conversation, just forget it. Crystal shard? Yeah. Pretty shiny, right? Wonder if Gramps would be interested in this. Blue shows you a crystal shard in his hand. To your horror, it looks exactly like one of the meteorite shards that Pikachu swallowed a week ago. Blue, where'd you get that? Huh? I just found it Saturday. It was in my... Well, actually, I don't need to tell you where I found it, but definitely didn't get there in an accident. Remind me of what this could mean. Blue had one of the Azoth fragments in his possession. Does that mean he could make his Pidgeotto... Blue, I need you to give me that. Blue's hand immediately closes on the shard. Nah, I don't think so. Knowing you want it, this has gotta be something pretty important, right? Ugh. Oh wow, you're seriously mad. What could... Blue looks at the shard, then at you, then at Pikachu on your shoulder. Oh, now I get it. It's one of those things that made Pikachu so special, wasn't it? Yes, it is. But look, it's really important that no more of those get out, okay? You need to give it to Sam and... Nah, I'm taking this. Everything I've ever had, I took. And I'll take this too. Wait, Blue, I'll battle you for it. Nah. Pidgeotto, how about a meal? Your eyes widen as Blue grabs a Pokeball from his belt and throws both the shard and ball high into the air. Say goodbye to what makes you special, Dwayne. Now it's my turn to stand out. Grab all steady Pokemon. It's my turn to... Pikachu, grab the shard! Pidgeotto, don't let him get the... You cheer Pokemon cloud in midair, sending the shard spinning towards the floor. As another one of Blue's Pokeballs goes off, Eevee's gonna eat it. Pokemon on side lands ready for the shard. Yep, I knew it would be Eevee. Nom. Everyone, all four of you, Pidgeotto, Blue, you, and Pikatwig, are still for a moment, staring in horror at the curious fox-like Pokemon. Hey, Eevee, come on now. It's a pretty important piece of rock you got right there. Why don't you just pick it up and give it to Pidgeotto? You know, your teammate, your mentor. Stop him. Make yourself useful and tell him to leave the shard alone. I can't command over people's Pokemon. Have you tried? Well, no, but... Hey, Eevee, why don't you go out to your Pokeball nice and easy, you know? No need to make this a thing. You know, as much as I do that Caterpie's, Eevee wasn't listening to a single word he said. Yeah, I can't deny that. Doesn't make sense he'd get such a willful and stubborn Mon, though. Like, trainer like Mon. That's gonna explain to us why Eevee's not gonna listen to me. Crap. Numb. Crap! Wait, are we gonna get Liberation Eevee? Or are we gonna get Royal Eevee? It's shifting between all the evolutions! So I'm guessing he's gonna get the manga red treatment, where his Eevee can transform into whatever evolution he needs it to be. Why did I get... What? Oh, that's my alarm clock. Alright, well, we can see the aftermath of that later. Alright, that's it for today's episode. I hope you all enjoyed as much as I enjoyed making it for you all. If you enjoyed and feel I deserve it, you can donate to me at buymeacoffee.com/KingD353 or patreon.com/KingD353, whichever one you're all more comfortable with. Either way, every donation is appreciated. For as little as $1 a month, you can support channels as well as help I can eat food. If you want more control over your donations, you can instead donate to me at Throne.com/KingD353. Throne involves less around monetary donations and more around physical donations. Rather than giving me the money for something of my choosing, you can send me a specific item that you want me to have. Be it equipment from a channel, food for a mouthful, or something to troll me with. Send me a bomb for calling Whitney Allen or bullshit. Finally, if you want to spend some time with me, you can join me in my personal Discord. Watch your area, we'll chat, play video games, share memes, and have yourselves a grand old time. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see all you beautiful people later. Deuces, Kingdom.